Hey guys, welcome back. I have another skincare reaction video. This is a really highly requested one. It's Desi Perkins. We're going to be looking at her Go to Bed With Me, which is a series on Harper's Bazaar. So we'll leave a link to the original video in the description box below. But in the meantime, I will throw out there, I have met Desi. I've actually sort of worked with her because we both had ties to Ipsy a long time ago. I think she's a very nice person. She cracks me up whenever I see some of her posts online and stuff like that. I think she's just got a great personality. I think she's also absolutely stunning and gorgeous, as a lot of you guys do too, because she's so popular, obviously. So I'm curious to see what she's doing for her skin, because I know nothing about her skin. So with that said, let's get started on Desi Perkins.
Come on, let's get unready. Okay, so this is what I like to call the transformation station, because we're about to transform. First, I gotta put my hair up. So I like to use this silky scrunchie because it is the best for your hair. All right, so now we got our hair up. I am going to take off my lashes. So nice.
But I'm gonna stop right there. You guys know Desi, come on, beautiful eyes, beautiful skin. Don't pull off your eyelashes. I have seen in her videos, she likes to reuse her lashes, and some people have actually commented on these videos when I say don't rip off your lashes, that they do that because they're trying to reuse the lashes, which is something I hadn't considered because I use individual lashes on mine and I don't reuse those. So this is one of those things that might not seem like a big deal to tug on your skin because it's so quick. But what I would say is this is the stuff that catches up to you later on in life. Like when you're in your 40s and your 50s and you're like, why is the skin around my eyes so wrinkly? It's because you were being a little bit more rough with your skin. So you want to make sure that you are being very, very delicate. I would actually be even more delicate with your skin, with the skin around your eyes than anywhere else on your face, because it really is. It's just very, very delicate skin. Otherwise, let's see what else she's doing.
So these are my House of Lashes iconic lights, and I love them, so I need to find a semi-safe spot to put them so that Steven later thinks they're spiders. I love that. Next, I want to remove any eye makeup that I have, mascara, all that stuff, and I like to use the Neutrogena oil-free makeup remover. All right, so I like to just press it into my eyes and gently rub back and forth lightly to remove all the mascara and eye makeup that we have going on. If I was wearing gel liner, glitter, all of that, I would be going through many of these, but because I'm not wearing too much today, I'm kind of just worried about mascara. I'm just gonna give it one more go just to make sure we're really all the way gone. These are actually silk pads because I have a cotton phobia. It's very strange, I know. All right, we're good. So I like double.
Cotton phobia, I haven't heard that one. These are the kinds of things that I was saying she cracks me up all the time online and stuff. She just cracks me up. She's got a really funny personality. So you guys know I'm a double cleanse person. I like to use like an oil cleanser, a balm cleanser to take my makeup off. That doesn't mean that this way is wrong. She used something that's oil-free. I think oil-free tends to be the go-to for people that have like lash extensions and stuff, but we know she uses false lashes, so she doesn't have any lash extensions. I'm going to start to make the guess that she probably has oily skin, so she likes to use oil-free products. An eye makeup remover is perfectly fine to use. She was very aware of being very gentle with her skin, and she said, you know, that she would probably go through a little bit more if she were wearing like really intense eye makeup, but it's not wrong to use an actual eye makeup remover. It's made for that. You know, I'm curious to see what she's gonna do next because she obviously has other makeup, but she focused on the eye makeup, and I actually think that that can be a good thing because then you're not scrubbing, you know, you're not like tugging when you're actually washing your face.
Double cleansing, I love oil cleansers. It just breaks up all the foundation, and I got a lot of it on right now. So I love to use the Tatcha Pure One Step Cleansing Oil. This stuff is just gonna break everything down, and you wanna make sure to use it with snow water. It breaks everything up better if it's used dry. I always love to pull the skin upwards because gravity is already helping pull it down, and we don't want that. So I always use that rule with all my skin products. Motion. Now I'm gonna grab a washcloth, a damp washcloth, right here. Use a little bit of warm water. And yeah, I like to use a nice warm washcloth because it's gonna open all of your pores and get it ready for all the other skin products you're about to apply. Get that hairline, you guys, get the hairline. Do not forget, because I know we all push bronzer up into our hairline, and that's where most of the makeup kind of stays left behind, your ears. All right, perfection. I'm pretty sure I still have makeup on, even when you think that you took all your makeup off. That's a lie. Now after...
Okay, so very proud of her. She went into an oil cleanser. This is a girl after my own heart. The Tatcha one is actually really good. If you haven't tried it, I really like it. It does remove all of your makeup. It does a great job. Feels nice on your skin too. She showed us a different way of removing it. A lot of people will just rinse it off. You definitely want to start with your oils. Your cleansing oil, you want to start with it dry, but you can remove it with a washcloth. Warm water. She was very gentle when she was removing all of her makeup, getting up into the hairline. A washcloth is a perfectly fine way to remove your oil cleanser.
The oil cleansing, you want to double cleanse. That's what I like to do. This is the Sanita's Lemon Cream Cleanser. I like to use it with this exfoliating pad. So now I'm just gonna take this and in really gentle circular motions, I'm gonna apply this face wash. Oh, it smells so good. Lemon pie. Just a nice scent. I really just like this exfoliating pad much more than any face wash with those little micro beads. I just feel like they might get into my pores or make micro cuts in my skin because some are so abrasive. So I just like this. I have control over how much pressure. The neck. You always gotta remember the neck. It's definitely something that will tell your age once you get to that point in your life. When I was younger, my mom would tell me that and I was like, okay mom, whatever. And now I get it. And you don't really start to get it until you see some things happening and then you know, one of those. So much water is going down my robe right now. All right, clean washcloth. Whew. Pat dry, people, pat dry. You don't want to rub or tug your skin because that causes wrinkles and we don't want that.
People ask me about using things like these little like scrubby pads like she used. I think they're fine to use. You want to be very aware though. You want to be like, you want to change them out often or clean them very, very often. You want to make sure you aren't letting bacteria gather in any of these. That's the only thing I would say to be mindful of with brushes or cleansing pads like that. I agree with her. A lot of the scrub exfoliants can cause micro tears. Sometimes you see like an immediate, really nice reaction to your skin because you're physically exfoliating your skin. But over time, it could dull your skin because if you're causing lots of tiny, tiny, tiny tears in your skin, you are growing tiny like itty bitty micro like scar tissue in some ways, which is an interesting thought because again, it's one of those things where you wouldn't notice it with like your naked eye, but then overall you've got that dulling effect.
Okay, so now toner. I did not use toner. I felt like it was one of those products I didn't really need, and then I started using it and it's amazing. Not only does it control your oils if you have oily skin, and then it also helps with breakouts, but when I see the toner pad after I apply it, the amount of makeup left over on my face shocks me. I was shook. Ready for this? Clean. But it will have makeup on it, I promise you. Oh yeah, there we go. I love especially applying this over where I have breakouts. Listen, right now I have some things going on and that's fine. It happens to the best of us. So especially right here, I'll just press it into those breakouts. I actually discovered this product on accident once. I sent my husband out for spot treatment for my breakouts and he brought a toner and I was like, what is this? This is not what I use for breakouts, but it ended up saving my skin, so it's pretty insane. And I've been using it ever since now. Do you see this? This is what I was sleeping with after I used makeup wipes all these years. I didn't know. Now you know. You just gotta let.
Funny that she brings up just slightly about the makeup wipes thing. It's totally fine to use a toner and then, you know, like maybe even get some remaining makeup off, like stuff that you maybe didn't catch while you were rinsing or something. Like back here it seemed to be where she had like some makeup left over. I would say this type of toner isn't necessarily made for that, like the way she was using it all over her skin. This is the kind of toner where you saw her padding, like in the areas where she has breakouts, like she said. That is mostly what that toner is for. It's a toner that you're using more as like a spot treatment. I would worry that it could like dry out like your neck area and that kind of stuff depending on the ingredients. But it's not a like huge sin or anything like that. She's using it as a toner overall. But I would use something like that more so in the areas where you have breakouts.
Let it dry, make sure the toner sets into the skin before you move on. So listen, I am Latina, so I tend with my skin tone to get hyperpigmentation, spots, all of that. I started using these brightening peel pads. They also help with the appearance of pores and fine lines, wrinkles, just all of that, all of the good stuff these pads do. They're life-changing. All right, so you take the pad and just run it lightly along the skin. Sometimes it does have a tingly feeling. That's because it's working. It's killing everything. I always notice a huge difference when I start to use these with my texture in my skin. It really helps with texture. I had a bunch of little bumps and they went away with these peel pads. And also, every time I have spots, I always focus the pad in that area and it really helps brighten and lighten them a lot quicker. I use these every night. I use one every night. Unless I feel like my skin is doing really well and then maybe I'll skip a couple nights. You know when you're feeling yourself and you're like, wow, my skin's doing so good, I'm gonna skip some stuff. And then the next day your skin reacts terribly. Let's just go up the neck too, let's not forget. Okay.
So one thing I will point out with these peeling pads, I think they're really, really great. I love peeling pads like this, but she is kind of double dosing. So this is something that I've pointed out in other videos, is that you should always turn around and look at the ingredients that you're using. The Ole Henriksen toner that she was using is essentially the same ingredients as far as like the active ingredients as the Sanita's peel pads that she's using. It's got like salicylic acid, the lactic acid, glycolic acid, you know, like all of those kind of like those peely acids that I absolutely love. I think they do a really great job for your skin. But the Ole Henriksen has the same ingredients. It seems like it's working for her. Her skin doesn't look like highly irritated right now or anything like that. But it is something to be aware of. You're essentially using the same ingredients. So she doesn't really have to use the Ole Henriksen toner if she's using the peel pads, because the peel pads are probably just a stronger version of the Ole Henriksen, if that makes sense.
Now it's time for a face oil. I love face oils. They just make you feel so hydrated, and I know a lot of people with oily skin get nervous about face oils, but they actually help oily skin, so I enjoy them. This one in particular is the luxury face oil from Drunk Elephant. I recently started using this, and it has just nice healing properties, so especially if you've picked at your skin, which I definitely don't do ever. This stuff has healing properties and it just is so hydrating. So I just use a couple of drops of this and I press it into my skin. Just like a little mini facial. And it makes you look like a dewy dumpling. Tip, I love to drench my skin with this oil before a flight. It is the best. You'll arrive so glowy and so hydrated. It's like this perfect barrier between the airplane air and your skin. So
I just want to point out, she said before a flight. Thank you, Desi, for saying you would apply that for the flight. What's interesting is, I know if you guys watch me, you know that I'm not like personally a big fan of oils, but that's because of my skin type, right? Like it's not for me all the time. I use oils for lots of different reasons, but it's not like one of my main skincare routine products. But people with oily skin swear by oils. They really love oils. I think it really balances their skin. I wouldn't say that it is hydrating. It's an occlusive, so it sits more on the top layer of your skin. I wouldn't say it goes deep down into your skin and hydrates it. It's more that it's moisturizing on top and it's locking everything in, and that's why she's probably experienced really nice skin when she lands after a long flight, and that's because it's a protectant. It really protects your skin. I tend to like marula oil. It has a lot of really great omega fatty acids in it. It has smaller molecules in it, which tends to be better for your skin. You guys don't like that I criticize coconut oil, for instance, but coconut oil has larger molecules than a marula oil. So there is a difference when you're looking at these kinds of molecules for your skin. So I like marula oil. This one from Drunk Elephant is great. They don't do any like added fragrance and stuff, so it's much safer for your skin too.
Lastly, for the creams, I'm gonna apply my nighttime cream. This one I only use at night because it has a lot of ingredients that you don't really wanna be using in the sun so much. Okay, my facialist told me to use this. She says it's one of the best. So that's why I use it. That's the real reason. So now I'm just gonna pat this into the skin. I do know that it has a lot of good stuff in here for skin texture, fine lines, spots. And this is good for every night. It's your night cream. Does all this work while you're sleeping. You don't have to do anything. You just lay there and it's what's working for you. So take it on the neck, almost forgot. I would like that to be resurfaced as well, okay? Mom. Always listen to your mom, let me tell you. These are awesome, okay? They have a
So I'm one of those people that if your oil isn't a treatment oil, like it doesn't have vitamin C or retinol or some kind of like an active ingredient like that to treat your skin, I would actually put the oil after your moisturizer because it tends to be a little bit thicker, so you always go thinnest to thickest. So I would put the oil after her moisturizer. She could be considering her oil to be a treatment, and she obviously speaks with an esthetician. You can tell some of the things she says, like the micro tears in her skin, like that kind of stuff. That's stuff that you pick up when you're around an esthetician, so you can tell that she's definitely been seeing somebody for her skin. I always love that. It's one of the best things you can actually do for your skin is to go to a really good esthetician. I always say not all estheticians are created equal, but when you find a really good esthetician, it changes your skin. And I would say if you are one of those people that's like, well, what do I put my money into? I would say put your money into a good esthetician and then a serum, a really good treatment serum. But estheticians will change your skin. They really will. They teach you so much about your skin too. It's a very different experience than going to a dermatologist because they're actually working on your skin. They're looking at your pores. They're getting in there and trying to clean things up. And they do really help you put together your skincare routine. So I'm going to assume that her esthetician knows that she puts on the oil and then she puts on that cream. And so I'm not going to question that.
Purpose for me. So these are Peace Out Acne Healing Dots. And what I love about these is that you can just place them on your breakouts and they don't move because they're sticky. They stick to your face. And on top of that, they're like a skin tone, so it disguises your pimples too. So when you go lay down next to your husband at night, he's not like, whoa, what's going on? I mean, not that I care. I'm always looking crazy. Sheet masks, face masks. So we're just gonna go crazy here because we have some issues happening. So look, boom. Do you see that? You don't see it anymore, do you? Now we're gonna go ahead and plop it on that one. Boom. Excellent, excellent. And let me just put this one right here. Feeling pretty good about that. I mean, I have a little redness, but that's good. So we're gonna move on. Now it's time for chapstick. Don't forget your lips. It's very important. You don't wanna wake up.
I'm a person who puts my treatments on before I put on my oils and my moisturizers. Again, it's not a hard and fast rule. There are some people that believe in putting on your treatments afterwards. I really like these kinds of stickers because I actually think because they're little stickers and there's a barrier between the treatment and then what you're putting on top, I really actually think you can go ahead and put those on before your oils and your moisturizers because when you pat your oil and moisturizer on and stuff, it's just gonna go on top anyway and it's not going to affect it. So a lot of people will say like, oh, I put my treatments on after my oils and moisturizers because I don't want to smear it around. Well, in this case, you're not smearing around, but she's not wrong, right? She's kind of just doing that the way she feels like works best for her, so that's totally fine.
Up with them looking all dry and Tales of the Crypt like, you know what I mean? This is actually from Christian Dior. It's the Crème de Rose. I recently found out they discontinued this. I'm still gonna use it because it's everything to me, but I'm just letting you know, Dior. You should have kept this product. It's incredible. All right, that's it. That is my full nighttime routine. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you soon. No, I'm done. It's all yours. Go ahead.
Thank you. Let me show you guys my routine.
Men, because I know you guys are watching, there are definitely some guys watching this show, you need to take care of your skin too. So Desi, talk to your husband. I'm sure you do. That was just him being funny. There you go. That was Desi Perkins. You know, she gets breakouts. She says that she has oily skin and she's seeing an esthetician. I wonder if her skincare routine has really evolved over time because of, you know, seeing like an esthetician and stuff. You can tell she wants to make sure she's taking care of all of that. Acne is a hard one, you know, getting breakouts and stuff like that. It's really, really hard to take care of it because sometimes it's internal, it's hormonal. You don't really know what it is that's causing it, but you can tell that she's really trying to do something about it. And you can see that she's trying to take care of her breakouts here and there. I'm curious to see, you know, over time with going to an esthetician, I'd love to hear like some response from Desi. Hey Desi, respond to me, send me a message or something. Comment on the video, tell me what you've been doing for your acne because you obviously look gorgeous. I never even noticed it in your pictures and stuff. So I'm sure everybody would like to know how things are going with your products over time. That is Desi. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, if you had any comments to add to this, and who you want to see me react to next. In the meantime, you can find me on Instagram. A lot of people always have things to tell me, good and bad. And I just want to remind you guys, skincare reaction videos are meant to be a fun, educational experience. We have so much access now to people's skincare routines, and I think it's just an interesting experience to sit here and actually watch this together and talk about it. I'm sharing information that I've learned over the past 20 years being a former beauty editor and working in the beauty industry. In the meantime, tell me who you want to see next, and I'll talk to you soon.